The top stories: Chief of the Russian Center for Science and Culture says financial security education vital to combat money laundering. And UN General Assembly President urges speedy implementation of 2018 Peace Accord in South Sudan. Hello and welcome to ABC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism, with the latest news highlights of the hour. I am Tabitha John. Do stay with us. In his address at the high-level Ethiopian delegation led by Vice President of the Prosperity Party at the rank of Deputy Prime Minister, Adam Farah called for proper representation of Africa and Latin America in the international organization. He demanded that countries of the two countries be heard at global platforms. The Ethiopian high-level delegation led by Vice President of the Prosperity Party, Adam Farah, is participating in the BRICS and Partners International Inter-Party Forum, which is underway in Vladivostok, Russia, under the theme World Majority for a Multipolar World. Prosperity Party supports the initiatives of BRICS, recognizing the potentials of the organization in the international arena. We call for building financial and economic cooperation that will contribute to the development of economic relations, he emphasized. Meanwhile, Vice President of the Prosperity Party and head of the Democracy Building Center Coordinator Office with the rank of Deputy Prime Minister, Adam Farah, stated that Ethiopia will continue to strengthen its long-standing relations and cooperation with China in all domains. Ethiopian delegation head by Adam Farah is currently participating in the World Majority for Multipolar Order Forum, which is taking place in Vladivostok, Russia from June 16th to 19th, 2024. On the sidelines of the forum, Adam Farah engaged in discussions with Liu Jianchao, Minister of the International Department of the Communist Party of China. In their conversation, Adam also expressed his appreciation to the Communist Party of China, CPC, and the country's government for their support in Ethiopia's pursuit to become a member of the BRICS Plus family, playing a vital role in the realm of diplomacy. Liu Jianchao, in return, conveyed his warm congratulations to Ethiopia for its recent membership in the BRICS Plus family. He reaffirmed China's commitment to strengthening its enduring relationship and cooperation with Ethiopia. Subsequently, Liu Jianchao extended an invitation to the Ethiopian delegation to participate in the China-Africa Forum, which is scheduled to take place in October 2024. The outgoing Cuban ambassador to Ethiopia, Jorge Lefebvre Nicolas, has underscored the need for deeper cooperation between the two nations to tackle their shared obstacles and aspirations. In an exclusive interview with ENA, the ambassador reflected on the unbreakable bond forged between Cuba and Ethiopia when Cuban soldiers fought alongside Ethiopian forces to preserve the country's territorial integrity against foreign occupation nearly half a century ago. As Ethiopia and Cuba prepare to commemorate their 50th anniversary of the diplomatic relations in 2025, Ambassador Nicolas emphasized the importance of leveraging this relationship to confront modern-day challenges. Key areas identified for potential collaboration include agriculture, healthcare, education, water resource management, and biotechnology. With mutual understanding, the ambassador noted that as Ethiopia and Cuba overcome external pressures and internal obstacles, the half-century bond between the countries could forge an exemplary model of South-South partnership for a more equitable global landscape. According to him, developing economies can rebalance trade negotiations and financial institutions currently dominated by wealthy nations if united. Ambassador Nicolas expressed optimism that the deep people-to-people connections rooted in Cuba's indelible African heritage will buoy relations. Welcome back. The Russian Center for Science and Culture is set to award scholarships in financial security education. Alexander Evstigiv, chief of the center, said Ethio-Russian relations are strengthening in the realms of politics, economy and cultural exchanges. The scholarship is said vital to combat money laundering and terrorism. Goshu Melissa presents the details.
Lack of knowledge about financial security exposed many users for money laundering in East Africa. Russian Center for Science and Culture has been examining the situation in East Africa. The center is set to provide scholarship. Chief of the center, Alexander Evgin, said 100 Ethiopian students will be granted scholarship in financial security education.
Ethiopian youngsters will be interested in this part of science, financial security. And we're excited that some of them will be the participants of the Russian scholarship programs, because we have 100, our quota for the Ethiopian students is 100. 100 people can be the participant of the Russian scholarship program.
Every Ethiopian student or schoolboy can apply for the scholarship, and the center expressed its readiness to assist the students.
Every Ethiopian student or schoolboy or schoolgirl can come to us. We will consult you. We will help you with the documents, with everything that you need to be the participant of the Russian scholarship program. And after that, 100 Ethiopian boys and girls, youngsters, will go to the Russian Federation to study in Russia. It's absolutely free, but the participant must buy just an air ticket. The educational process, everything in Russia is absolutely free for 5 or 6 years, how long they will study in the Russian Federation. Our countries have very good relations in different fields: politics, economics, cultural. We have good cultural ties, educational ties, and I think after Ethiopia, the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia became the part of BRICS family, we will increase every field as I mentioned.
Alexander highlighted that Ethio-Russia relation is growing from time to time in various domains.
In business, Finland is looking to enhance its long-standing relationship with Ethiopia by boosting cooperation across development, business, trade, and other key areas, according to the country's Minister for Foreign Trade and Development, Ville Tavio. Speaking to Ethiopia news agency, Minister Tavio highlighted Finland's 65 years of diplomatic ties with Ethiopia and its position as the largest Finnish development partner in Africa. Jerusalem Betzaha has more from the Ethiopia news agency.
Ethiopia and Finland established their diplomatic relations on July 17, 1959. Talking to Ethiopian news agency INA, Finnish Minister for Foreign Trade and Development Ville Tavio stated that there is satisfaction with the progress achieved so far through Finnish-backed projects related to agriculture, water management, education, weather forecasting, and digitalization.
We are long-standing partners, and we have a good operation on those key areas of development. But in the future, I'm looking even more for the companies to invest and work in Ethiopia. So I'm looking the future positively on the EU level also, and we are going to invest over 100 billion euros to Africa. So depending on the atmosphere, I'm hoping and looking for those investments to land also in Ethiopia.
Beyond development, Finland is keen to increase trade and investment flows between the two countries. Minister Tavio welcomed Ethiopia's efforts to open its economy further to international commerce. He also cited Finnish telecoms giant Nokia's role in boosting internet connectivity as one existing business success story.
We are working also on the European Union level and also cooperation with the African Union, and for example, African Common Free Trade Area is an effective way if it's implemented correctly. So we are supporting for the increasing trade in Ethiopia, and I'm looking forward for Finnish companies to participate. I already know, for example, that we also already have a good secure Nokia networks, for example. So we have been able to increase the internet connectivity in Ethiopia, and we will hopefully keep on doing so.
Overall, the minister's comments signaled Finland's commitment to being a key partner for Ethiopia across the development, economic and political spheres in the years ahead.
And finally, Denis Francis, president of the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly, urged South Sudan's leaders to speed up the implementation of the country's 2018 peace agreement. The diplomat was in South Sudan this week, where he met several leaders, including President Salva Kiir. Haptam Washagre presents CGTN's report.
Peace and progress were top of the agenda of the visit of the President of the United Nations General Assembly, Denis Francis. He says the 2018 peace deal gives South Sudan an opportunity to end the cycle of violence and focus on development. The United Nations says it's ready to support elections in the East African country.
South Sudan would not be the first or only country to hold an election that never held an election before. Countries do that all the time. And the elections are free and fair and free from fear.
Elections are scheduled for December this year. South Sudan's government is yet to complete training for the unified forces from the various armed groups. South Sudan's government is urging members of the international community to support the implementation of the peace deal. The government insists it is implementing the peace accord.
The agreement is being implemented. Funds that have come were decided by an executive decision to be paid in installments because of the economic situation. And so the first installment for this institution has been paid.
South Sudanese people say the peace deal implementation is slower than what they had expected.
You're watching ABC World, a reminder of the top stories. Chief of the Russian Center for Science and Culture says financial security education vital to combat money laundering. And UN General Assembly President urges speedy implementation of 2018 Peace Accord in South Sudan. That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Many thanks for watching. Have a good time and do take care.